Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Kent Lutz, and we begin tonight in Lake County where 5 residents of the area were detained after attempting to ransack a home near Polson early Friday morning. Sheriff deputies were dispatched to a reported vehicle slide-in. Upon arrival, deputies observed that the stuck pickup was near a home belonging to a recently deceased individual, and that footprints were seen between the vehicle and this home. According to Lake County Sheriff Don Bell, deputies also observed that there were numerous tools and other items in the back of this pickup. Further investigation revealed that the individuals had burglarized the residence of the descendant, had taken these belongings from the home. The following were arrested for burglary: Glenn Reams, 63 years old, from Polson; Brian Williams, 30 years old, from Pablo; Ann Couture, 51 years old, from Pablo; Ida Couture, 21 years old, from Pablo; and Alicia Cloudrobe, 23 years old, from Polson. Montana Highway Patrol and Polson Police rendered assistance in the case, and all individuals had their shoes seized as evidence prior to being jailed or released. And in Great Falls, 2 people were injured and 1 person was arrested in connection with the Saturday morning stabbing. The Great Falls Police Department was called to a residence in the 3800 block of 9th Avenue South around 1:20 this morning. According to the GFPD, 2 males were fighting when one pulled out a knife and stabbed the other. Another male in the house was stabbed after attempting to break up the fight. He then ran into a bedroom and called the police. When police arrived, the male suspect was unresponsive. He was arrested and faces 1 count of aggravated assault. 1 victim remains in the hospital, but his condition is unknown. The names of those individuals have not been released yet. We will update you when we receive more information. And moving on to weather, I hope all that were traveling today made it to their destination safely. But if you still have some driving left to do, you should be prepared for some very cold air and some possibly snow for Christmas. Let's go to meteorologist Louis Storch, the latest on holiday weather. Louis.
I think you can. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Really cold temperatures moving into night tomorrow, and then snow starts late Christmas Eve and lasting into Christmas Day. A quick look at the radar. You can see around Montana, skies are clearing, clouds moving out. That's what's allowing our temperatures to drop so much this evening, as we're going to be waking up tomorrow morning most all of western Montana with temperatures below 0. Here's your forecast headlines. Lows below 0, cold tonight. I mentioned that. Another system with more snow late Christmas Eve, and then unsettled weather with chances of snow all next week. We'll get into all these details here in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Louis. If you still have some last-minute shopping to do, not to worry, stores are ready. This is Super Saturday, considered the biggest day of the year for retail sales. Roxana Saberi talked with some shoppers who are getting those last-minute presents.
Just in time for Christmas.
Think you're good?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay.
Martha Carrera is wrapping up her holiday shopping.
There's just never enough time.
The National Retail Federation says more than half of adults in the U.S. plan to shop on Saturday, the last full shopping day before Christmas.
So it's big for shoppers, for procrastinators, and for retailers.
Sharice Jones covers business and the economy for USA Today.
The last 2 years, Super Saturday, which is the last Saturday before Christmas, has been the biggest shopping day of the year. And that's going to be the same case this year, with 126 million people expected to shop.
More men than women were planning to shop on Super Saturday, also known as Panic Saturday.
Panic Saturday would be me, so.
Are you panicking?
I'm almost there.
Why procrastinate?
Well, just busy and, gosh, not really sure what we want to do, what I want to buy.
But many shoppers say they intentionally waited until this weekend to get good deals.
There's a lot of bargains. They're trying to get this stuff out of here.
The stuff that's selling the most this holiday season: clothing, toys, gift cards, books, and electronics. And just over half of last-minute shoppers are buying their gifts online.
I do the online shopping where I have the luxury of time, but as you know, the holidays are, tomorrow. Thank you so much.
The National Retail Federation predicts by the time the holidays are over, the average American will spend just over $600 on gifts. For true last-minute shoppers, some stores will still be open on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. 5% of shoppers surveyed say they won't finish buying presents until after Christmas. Roxana Saberi, CBS News, New York.
And with all those Christmas presents comes wrapping paper, bows, boxes, a lot of garbage. But what can you do with all this trash? We spoke to Republic Services about how holiday shopping yields holiday waste.
And there is so much more added. In fact, between Thanksgiving and New Year's, the EPA estimates that about 25% more trash is generated per household, which is the equivalent of 1,000 pounds, which is fairly significant. This would be ribbons, bows, the laminated kind of bags or totes, and we highly recommend reusing those as well, but they should not go in your recycling. But all of your wrapping paper and cardboard can certainly be recycled, either at a drop-off facility with Republic or at other drop-off facilities in Missoula or in our all-in-one curbside program.
Bradshaw stressed the importance of cleaning out your food waste and not to recycle glass, as you can potentially contaminate entire batches of recycling before they can be processed by companies that buy recycled goods. Missoula Parks and Recreation's Urban Forestry Division is also recycling Christmas trees. To recycle your tree, drop it at McCormick or Playfair Parks through January 15th. The Christmas Evergreen program recycled over 15,000 trees last year, conserving valuable landfill space. And Smooth Jams and Jellies welcome shoppers who want to buy fresh food and local products. Previously held in the Elks Club, the Missoula Senior is hosting the Missoula Valley Winter Market. Assorted fruits and vegetables, fresh baked bread, soaps, lotion, and handcrafted jewelry are some of the money drivers. Diverse crafts sold at the market. The Winter Market happens every Saturday up to April 21st. And in national news, President Donald Trump hastily called reporters to the Oval Office before jetting to Florida for Christmas. The president signed his biggest legislative achievement into law. CBS's Weijia Zhang is at the White House, where more work awaits the president upon his return.
President Trump greeted supporters on the tarmac in Palm Beach, Florida.
Are you ready to pay lower taxes?
Before he left Washington for the Christmas holiday, President Trump summoned cameras to the Oval Office.
So this is the bill right here, and we're very proud of it.
The president signed his first major legislative achievement into law, a $1.5 trillion tax overhaul.
This is, again, the biggest tax cut, biggest reform of all time.
He also signed a temporary spending bill to fund the government through mid-January. Lawmakers muscled that through the House and Senate Thursday night before leaving for their holiday recess.
The president said he wanted to keep his promise and sign the tax reform bill before Christmas. He also made some predictions for the new year.
I really do believe we're going to have a lot of bipartisan work done, and maybe we start with infrastructure.
But lawmakers may have an uphill climb when they return. Several contentious issues, including the budget and immigration, were left on the table.
We'll work most of those out on a bipartisan basis and pass what we need to pass.
Republican leaders are set to meet with the president in early January to talk about their top priorities for 2018. Weijia Zhang, CBS News, the White House.
Congress also has to settle on a hurricane relief package. Senators on both sides of the aisle want to change the $81 billion House plan. And back in Montana, many high school basketball teams across the state played their last games of the year this week. Today, one billing teams got off the court, and KTVQ's David J. reports on the West High girls bring Christmas to kids in the hospital.
The West High girls played Friday night. Saturday, they visited children in St. Vincent's Pediatric Unit.
I was trying to think of something that we could do over Christmas break as a team, and I thought that since we're the Golden Bears, it'd be a good idea to give Golden Bears to the pediatric kids.
I thought that was really unique for Shay to think about, and I know we all loved it too.
I really like this idea that Shay came up with. I think it's a good way to give back to these kids that don't really get to have a Christmas that we do.
The families appreciated the visit from the girls.
It was really nice to have the girls come by and bring us the spare.
He loves visitors. He gets stage fright a little bit. He likes people.
And the team had a personal connection with the children they visited.
Tylee and I got a little choked up seeing them.
It was pretty sad for me because I had a brother who went through stuff too, and he passed away not too long ago of cancer. So like to see kids go through it too hurts a little bit.
I have 3 younger sisters, and like it made me appreciate like that we're healthy and everything and taking care of them.
I have 2 young boys. It just makes me want to go home and give them more hugs and kisses.
Coach Johnson says it was a special time off the court for the girls.
Warms my heart. We talk about life outside of basketball. It's a special bond that we're going to have playing this game, but they're going to live their lives outside as they move on. Say Merry Christmas. That, you know, everyone loves each other, and we're a family. I love you guys to death. So this is awesome.
Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3, Bears.
In Billings, David J., MTN News.
Alrighty, coming up next, meteorologist Louis Dorch will have our Christmas Eve forecast, and a Norwegian composer is leaving his audience